Have you ever felt like there's a vivid fire burning inside of you, yearning to break free and illuminate your life? That, my friend, is your vibrant life waiting to bloom. Welcome to the Vibrant Life Podcast. We are here to empower women just like you to liberate that vibrant life, to live authentically, and to harness the power within.
Our journey will take us through the enlightening realms of energy healing, goal setting, spiritual awakening, and so much more. We're stepping into the light of self-acceptance, of owning our power and potential.
If you have been yearning to dive headfirst into the world of entrepreneurship, or awaken your spirituality, or simply make peace with yourself, your search ends here at the Vibrant Life Podcast. As we embark on this enlightening journey together, we promise to hold your hand through every step of your journey to a more vibrant life.
Your adventure to true empowerment and authentic living begins here. Tap into the vibrant life you've always dreamed of. Subscribe now and join us at the Vibrant Life Podcast. Embrace your vibrant self. Until then, shine on.
Shine on.
Hi, welcome back to the Vibrant Life Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Cassie.
I'm Audrey.
And we are so excited you're here.
Welcome.
Today, we are going to be talking about a topic that actually both of us are still working on.
Absolutely still working on.
But we are wanting to be authentic and to share our journeys, what we've done so far, and just kind of start the conversation. And hopefully we'll have updates along the way.
Yeah, definitely updates.
But yeah, so today we're talking about overcoming scarcity mindset.
Yep.
And really bringing in money, this feeling of abundance. We've talked about the law of attraction before, but really changing how we think about money.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about scarcity mindset. So scarcity mindset is this mindset that there's never enough. There's never enough money. There's not more money out there to get. And so it can look like oversaving and underspending.
Yeah.
Depriving yourself of things that will bring you joy because you're like, I need this in savings instead.
Yes.
It can also look like impulse buying because you're like, oh, I have money right now. Maybe I need that. And you're not value-based buying. And then missed opportunities because you're scared of letting go and investing in yourself, a business, or somebody else's business because you want that, you're kind of hoarding that money because there's never enough, there's never more around you. So that scarcity mindset. And that is often based in our own experiences. So I started reading Amanda Francis's book 3 years ago. It was during the pandemic. And I was on this entrepreneurship journey and was like wanting to figure out money because I was like, everything just feels hard. Money, there's never enough money. It was during the pandemic. There was a lot of fear. And I was like, I'm working through some of this. But it starts from our past. And the story that popped into my head was I was so broke in college that I got declined at McDonald's. I couldn't even afford a McDonald's drive-through. And so that set up my young adult life to have this scarcity mindset of like, I'm making money now, I need to squirrel it away, but I've got all these student loans. And I feel like this is a very prevalent mindset with millennials, people of our age, that have just had one knock after another. Like we graduated during the recession, and so jobs were really hard to find. And then as soon as our careers were taking off, we hit the pandemic and everything crashed. And so I wanted to rework some of these mindsets I had. And so this book kind of opened the gates or put it into some words that I probably didn't have, and it's honestly changed my life, and I've been working through it again. So I did her journal 2 years ago when I was going through it, and then we're going through it right now and seeing my responses from a couple years ago to now. It's like, so if you don't have her book, I think it's on Audible. I listened to it while I was working out, and maybe it's my ADHD or something, but like I have to listen to her on like 1.5 speed because she talks too slowly for me. But she's so smart. I'm like, I need you to just talk faster, but like I love what she says. So let's talk about shifting into an abundance mindset, because I know for me, I'm kind of reintroducing this, especially during summer months. I feel like as parents, we just rain money. We make it rain, man.
There's so many things happening.
Every time,
summer programs, going to the pool, going on vacations, like gas to travel everywhere.
A play date is going to cost you $50, no problem. And so just coming from this place of choosing to come from, I'm spending money to get back.
To get money.
Now, that doesn't mean you spend frivolously.
You don't spend frivolously.
You have to go to a value base. So let's talk about some of that. So how we shifted away, and we're still working on it. Like, we'll be very transparent about that. So Audrey, what have you been working on? What are some things that you want to share?
Okay, so when you think of a scarcity mindset and you think about abundance can be a million different things, right? It can be financial, it can be feelings, it can be joy, it can be gratitude, it can be lovely things that you have in your life. So I knew about the scarcity mindset as far as those things go, and so have really worked with that law of attraction to get rid of toxic things, toxic people, behaviors, things. I'm making space to bring in all these good, yummy feelings that I experience on a daily basis. Before, I'd be like, oh yeah, I had a good day last week, like maybe one good day. And now it's every day. I might have moments of my day that aren't perfect, but I have a lot of moments of every day that are just really good and blissful. And so I've brought in a lot of abundance in that regard, relationships, feelings, circumstances. But when I met you and we started talking about business and what does a business look like, you told me to read Amanda Frances' Rich as Fuck book, which I started reading it, and it talks about that money is also just a vibration. And so if you get yourself in alignment with that vibration, then it will bring more money to you. And I have heard before from Law of Attraction, the podcast I listen to, you have to spend money to bring money back into you. And
you gotta spend money to make money.
You got to spend money to make money because you got to make room for more money to come at you. And so I've said for a long time, when I spend money, I'm like, I see it flowing out and then I see it flowing back in. And every time I say, I'm thankful for having the ability to spend this money, and I bring it back to me tenfold. So it's almost just like a little spell I cast every time I spend money to bring it back in. So you introduced this book to me in March. I started reading it. I haven't gotten super far into it, but I started spending money on some things that brought me joy. Like I had been looking at this table set for a really long time and finally decided to buy it.
For anyone else that's shops online like we do, like it's the expanding one,
the expanding table,
awesome, like that shrinks all the way down.
You can sit 2 people at your table, or you can sit 12 people at your table,
and then it shrinks down,
and it shrinks all the way down. It's an amazing table, and it's so beautiful, and it brings me so much joy. So me spending the money on this table, I had to start reading this book, and I was like, okay, you gotta spend money to bring money back in. So I did. I bought the table. I did lose my toenail to the table when I was trying to expand it one day. So that kind of sucks. But this is where I got caught up. I was like, okay, I'm spending this money so this money can come back to me. And you know what? It did. I got a bonus from work. I got a big check from the dependent care. So maybe it's coming back to me. Maybe I'm not recognizing all the ways that it's coming back to me yet. But that table brings me so much freaking joy. I cannot even tell you. Every day that I sit down at it, we've extended it and we've fit 15 family members sitting at this table in my kitchen. Awesome. So to be able to host brought me so much joy.
You know, my job, my big contract that I've been doing in my project management business is ending. And so I'm starting to take on smaller solo entrepreneurs. And that's a big shift for me, but it's one that I'm loving. And I just have to believe that that's coming towards me and it's coming at me. But I could choose to be afraid of this transition, or I can choose to embrace it and just believe that everything is going to work out. And I do have some examples of that, like in the past, like during the pandemic, I was doing my own thing and my savings were running out, and I got a job in my lap that was making more than the job that I had gotten laid off from. And it was right after I started doing her book. And then I continued to reframe some of my thoughts, which is part of the process of moving from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset, is reframing what you're thinking about and going back to your self-worth. So for example, like some of the things that I had grown up believing was that money was the root of all evil. And so it was bad. You were a bad person if you wanted money. And I had to reframe that to, why shouldn't we want the good people to have money and then they can do more good in the world? It's not, money is just a resource. Money isn't the root of all evil. It's just a resource, and I can choose to do good with it, and I can choose to do bad with it.
It's an energetic resource.
Yes, and I can choose to call it in, and it doesn't make me a bad person for wanting that financial security. Especially working through this as a single mom, I was like, okay, this is all on me. Like, I don't have a spouse's income to fall back on if I get laid off like I did during the pandemic, or if things don't work out. Like it's all on me. And that can be really scary. And Lead to a scarcity mindset of like, I've got to hoard for later. And I'm not saying don't save. I'm saying just know that you can call it in. It's coming towards you. And as you reframe some of these thoughts and own your worth, I had the courage to ask for a really, really big raise.
Huge raise. This is insane.
So when
And
my
very
contract
inspiring.
renewed, so originally I was making more than I had made at my old job, and I was like, oh, yes, I love this. And I was like, okay, I'm never going to make less than this again. And then my contract went to renew, and they asked me if I had updated terms, and I threw out what I thought was like a ridiculous number. I asked for a $60,000 raise, and they gave it to me.
They gave it to her.
They gave it to me, and I think they would have. I limited myself. I think they would have given me more if I would have asked for it. But I had to be energetically knowing that I was worth that to even ask for it. Yeah. I mean, that took some reframing thoughts, and that was just
recreate some things because there's shame and guilt that are associated with wanting money, and those are things when you
asking for more.
For me, knowing you're worth it, you could ask for more.
Yes,
because we're taught not to ask for more.
We're not, right?
Yeah,
it's shameful to ask for more money. It's shameful to want to be that. But I was like, no, this is going to allow me to not think about money for a little bit.
Yeah.
And that was amazing.
And as a single mom,
amazing.
How many worries off your plate?
Oh,
and
so
you're
many.
Like, oh my God, we're secure. We have some security.
Right. And it allowed me to invest. I mean, I turned my old house into an Airbnb, and that was okay. And so it opens up opportunities. And so not thinking of money as this finite resource, but as this flows to me. I can call this in. It's going to be okay.
And you're
amazing.
You're using positive affirmations there.
I am.
You're saying money comes easily to me.
Yeah.
I have more money than I know what to do with. So when you start to change the mindset of, oh, there's never enough, I have too many bills to pay, you'll be surprised what you start to pull in. So I know this from reading this book. I have done a little of this myself, but not to the extent that you have. Yeah. And I realized that I still had a lot of shame and guilt attached to money. And that scarcity mindset is from a child for me. There wasn't enough, and money was pretty tight. And even when there was enough money that things felt better, it was still tight. And then, student loans and then credit card bills and all that stuff.
And then kids are
hella
expensive.
All of that stuff adds up. And so then you are in this mindset. So how do you change that mindset? And you changed that mindset in a really big way, brought in amazing change in your finances, but then you're striving for more.
Yeah.
You're like, let's keep going.
Let's keep going. What can I call in next? Like it's addicting. It's fun. So this is how you go about changing it. It starts with gratitude, really getting in touch with what you have now. Mm-hmm.
The attitude of gratitude will raise your vibration immensely.
Okay. So just being thankful for what I have. So like every day I say, I'm thankful that I can pay my bills. Mm-hmm. I'm thankful that I have money left over. I'm thankful that I, can buy the things I want. I am thankful that my card doesn't get declined now, or that I don't have the stress when I swipe for groceries anymore. And I went through years of having that stress, even when I was married. I mean, my little brother just got married, and I was like, oh, how are you guys gonna do, are you gonna do joint account, separate account, whatever? And I was like, we did joint account, because it was like, oh, let's split that $5. We had nothing when I got married. I got married at 22, so we were broke as a joke. We had student loans to our names, so we can share those. That sounds good.
And it's a lot.
But there was years of financial stress, and then I became a single mom, and that just ratcheted up that stress, and it was really scary. And then learning to just say, okay, I'm thankful that I can do this today. I'm thankful that I can do this today. And I'm going to invest in myself. So whether that looks like starting your own business, you can do that, which it feels good to you. Don't start it as a way to I just got to grab some money. I think we see that a lot online of make money online. It's so easy. There's a lot of get rich quick schemes and scams out there. And so you have to invest in yourself, but maybe that's just equipping yourself to ask for that next raise. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's getting a new certification at the job you're in. Maybe it's switching jobs like you did. You knew you are investing in yourself and you wanted better. So that is a step in kind of reframing this, and then educating yourself. I mean, this book was really what kind of started the wheels turning. And she's got courses and all this stuff, and I haven't taken all of them, but some of the things she says just kind of triggered my own identifying the thoughts that I needed to work through. Like,
Yeah.
I was trying to create this empire, but yet feeling so much guilt and shame about wanting to have an empire of a business or to make more than 6 figures. Like, 6 figures to me used to be this pie in the sky thing. But when you look at people that make 6 figures or multiple 6 figures or even multiple 7 figures, it's an of course attitude.
Yeah.
So when you start to study the attitudes of the people that have money and are calling in more money, you see kind of these patterns of gratitude around them. It's this knowing your self-worth and knowing that money is a resource and thinking about it differently. And so that leads to mindful spending. So as you're calling in this money, you know, I invested in some property management things. I invested in myself in savings and learning that I wanted to do, but also things like a table that bring you joy. That is mindful spending.
Right.
And then you can also do savings. Like, a big bank account is sexy. I mean, there's a reason there's that TikTok sound. Like, I'm looking for a man in finance. Trust me. 6'5", whatever. Like, yeah, but like, you can have your own sexy big bank account.
Hell yes.
Like,
you
why
do
wouldn't
not
you want
need a
that?
man to have a big sexy
Stop
bank
waiting
account.
on a man or God to give you money. Just freaking call it in yourself. And you're working on that.
I'm working on it.
You have a dream property.
I have, yes,
And
I
you
do.
need
I need a lot of money. So I have this, okay, so I have this vision board. And I drew this property in 2020. I just drew a house and I drew this circle driveway and I drew like the pond and just being able to watch the sunset and the sunrise every morning. It was super important to me. This property I drew and then I added to my vision board with AI. So I was like, I want this beautiful looking property with a pond and I want our family to be able to live on like the same land. Well, the property's here. I see it. It's on
Zillow right now.
It's on Zillow. It's exactly where I wanted it to be. It's exactly everything I wanted to be there. I don't have enough money for it.
Right.
But the fact that it's there, I can see it. I'm like, this was my vision. And they built the house the year after I envisioned it.
That's crazy.
That's
goosebumpy.
It is goosebumpy. So then I'm like, it's got to be mine. So I'm working through that limiting mindset of, am I worth it? The guilt and shame to want a property like that. I just have this beautiful vision for having a place where we can host retreats for women. Like, I just want to empower women to be their best selves. And so I just want a place where people can commune and come together, and it's on a creek and there's a pond and there's a place for, like, my sister-in-law wants to live there. There's a place for her animals. And I don't know, I have this big desire. This is what I want, and that's what I'm going towards. So bringing in that money.
And you got to clear out the old limitations, reframing your thoughts around money of like, I have to earn this money. I have to get it from a job. Money can come from anywhere.
Money can come from anywhere.
Spitballing about the lottery. Like,
you fall from the sky. Like,
you can get it from anywhere.
Yeah. It can show up in any different ways. Like, you've got a check from the IRS that came in and they're like, hey, we overdid your taxes. Here's some more money back.
I actually just got one of those the other day.
You didn't?
I did. I started reading this book again. Not that this book is like magical or whatever. Like, I think it's magical, but it's not like a silver bullet.
Your mindset is magical.
Yes, my brain was like, okay, I am feeling a little bit stressy about money. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys about that. Like, I was like, oh, this project is ending. There's a little bit of like fear of the unknown, and so I was working through that and trying to release that. And I was like, gosh, it would just be nice if like some money came in. And I was going through one of my doom piles. And if you know what that is as an ADHD person, it's like your mail that you get and you're like, I can't deal with that right now. That's too stressy. And so you create these like doom piles around your house. So I was going through a doom pile. I was talking to my sister on the mail and I almost threw this envelope away. And I opened it and it was $750 from a Wells Fargo claim that I had filed and completely forgot about because it was like overdraft fees. They got in trouble. I don't even remember.
I don't even know what
it was. This random email I opened that was like, you're eligible to, get this claim, and I completely forgot about it. And then it was $700. And I was like, sweet. Like, and that same day, a client reached out to me and was like, hey, are you still offering like project management, graphic design? And I was like, yeah, let's do it. Like, because I was just like, okay, I'm working with my gratitude practice and my positive affirmations. Like, that morning I had done a meditation. I was like, I'm feeling kind of stressed about this. Like, I know money can flow to me. I know it can come to me, and so working through some of those limiting beliefs of like, I have to earn this money. I am solely responsible for creating this money. And it was crazy. It was so crazy.
Here's a
like,
check.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cause like, okay, if you read her book or any other money book, like you hear these stories of people, crazy shit happening. And I'm always like, that happens to somebody else. Like that doesn't happen to me. Like
That's a self-limiting belief.
Yes. And then I was like, what if it did happen
What
to me?
if it did? That's just it. Change
freaking
the
did.
mindset to what if it could.
Why not me?
Why not me?
Why not me?
It
And
should be me.
And the other thing I've really been working through is that my level of exhaustion is the yardstick or the measuring metric for my success.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be.
It does not. You do not have to
Exhaustion
work
does not
hard.
equal success.
No.
Monetarily, whatever it is, like
That's societal bullshit that you have to work hard to earn your money.
Especially as Americans, I feel like we almost worship the hustle.
Yes.
And especially as an entrepreneur and a solo entrepreneur, hustle is the name of the game sometimes. And if you go to some of the big like gurus, I feel like it's mostly male gurus. Just to throw that out there. But there's like hustle, hustle, hustle. And I was like, God, I fell into that trap and it just led to burnout. And it's like, okay, as I'm moving into this new phase of really focusing on providing project management and to solo entrepreneurs and building this vibrant life community, like I want it to be fun. I want it to flow. I want to be energized all the time, not exhausted. And I still want to be successful. So reworking that mindset of my exhaustion is the price I have to pay to be successful. And then money just literally fell from my doom pile.
Into your lap.
Fell from the sky.
More flow, less hustle. That is something I say frequently.
Yes.
More flow, less
More
hustle.
flow, less hustle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So overcoming scarcity mindset, we thought it was a timely episode of just, reworking some of your thoughts around money. How do you think about money? What are some of your beliefs about money? Do you believe it is the root of all evil? Do you think it's shameful to have money? Do you think, people that have money are inherently bad? Like, or, maybe you think there's not enough money. Maybe you are miles ahead of us. Let us know.
Yeah.
What are your tricks? If you've got an abundance mindset around, your financial affairs, like let us know what your tricks are. Maybe we missed one, but
absolutely.
We're going to talk about this later, I'm sure, but we just wanted to share with you kind of where we're at and encourage you to have fun this summer. Go out, enjoy time with your family, spend mindfully, call in a windfall for you, and
we all deserve
let
a
us
windfall.
know.
Yeah, why not? I love it.
All right, we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for tuning into the Vibrant Life podcast. We hope today's episode has energized and inspired you to live your best life. If you enjoyed what you heard, be sure to subscribe to our podcast on your favorite platform so as to never miss an episode. And please take a moment to leave us a review. Your feedback fuels our mission to bring you more valuable content. Remember, your journey to vibrant life is ongoing. Stay connected with us on social media at Vibrant Life Society for daily tips, motivation, and community support. As we wrap up today's conversation, we encourage you to embrace each moment, pursue your passions, and prioritize your well-being. Together, let's create a life that radiates with energy and purpose. Until next time, live vibrantly. See you in our next episode.